What's up guys, Football Fumble back again for another video, this time reviewing Game Week 1 and having a look at what went well, what went badly, and yeah, looking forward to next week. Now, as you can see, Adam's not with us again today, he's still on holiday, so hey, just me for now. Before we get into it, please do drop a subscribe, please, if you enjoyed the video. You might want to wait to the end. That's up to you really. Right, straight into it. This is my week, and as you can see, very solid week. 90 points, ranked 25,488th, and yeah, stop the count. That's what I say. But anyway, got a few talking points this week. First of all, Arsenal, solid, look good. We have Zinchenko hauling, Martinelli getting a goal, clean sheet against Palace, difficult place to go. So, in terms of FPL, what I want to know is, are you guys completely tripled up on Arsenal? I am, and it's paid off quite nicely. If you're not, are you going to be? Let me know in the comments. But for me personally, Zinchenko, within about 15 minutes, grabbed his assist off the Arsenal corner. Martinelli scored the goal, and I was in absolute pandemonium from minute 15 of the FPL season. You love to see it, really, and Arsenal just look good in general. I think Arteta's really got a project going there. It's quite, as an Arsenal fan myself, it really is quite exciting to see, and that play style is very set. Jesus made, although he blanked in FPL terms, you could see the impact he had on that Arsenal squad. Just so incisive, so sharp. The turns on the halfway line, the interplay, it's all there, and you can see that at 8 million, which is why he's the most owned player in FPL this year, he's a great value pick, unbelievable value pick. Moving on to Liverpool. Now they drew 2-2 to Fulham, as we know. Not a great start. I didn't watch the game because I was fundraising for Alzheimer's Society at the Swindon game. And, I was too busy with that. But conceding 2 to Alexander Mitrovic of all people, who I thought was going to be, again, another trap after scoring so many goals in the Championship. Sounds like it might not be. Could be an interesting FPL pick looking into the future. But in terms of Liverpool, blanks for Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the -1 point for conceding 2. Not what we were expecting. You don't lose much for having Trent in that situation because most people do, but I have Robertson as well. And, not sure about that one. I think it's not worth panic selling Liverpool players, especially defenders or anything like that. Not worth doing that at all, but it's worth keeping an eye on if they're going to be more leaky than we're used to. It might just be early season rust. Who knows? They look very good against City in the Community Shield, but it's worth keeping an eye on. My next point of interest is Leon Bailey. Obviously, he blanked against Bournemouth, but I think the sentiment for me is don't panic, tell him. He's 5 million. He's in the team for a reason. That's because he is only 5 million, and he's in there as a value pick to facilitate the rest, basically. So my word of advice would be don't panic sell Leon Bailey. He looked very good in pre-season. He's going to pick you up a goal contribution every now and then for a 5 million midfielder, and he isn't really worth letting go of. So yeah, he's got some good fixtures coming up as well, Villa. So yeah, keep on. I'd say stick with him. I'm going to move on to actually, no, briefly back to Liverpool. Obviously, Salah, goal and assist, captain pick, like most people. Does what Salah does against Fulham, really. Can't complain. He only lost me 2 points as a captain compared to what Kulusevski and Haaland would have got, so it's not worth the risk not captaining him in that situation. Right, moving on to the big one. The Kane versus Haaland debate. I, as you can see, went Haaland, and if we go back to what I said in the preview here, insert clip,
I can see one of those debuts happening against West Ham where he scores two and announces himself into the Premier League.
Yeah, I had a gut feeling, just a gut feeling, no kind of nothing to back it up. I had a gut feeling Haaland was going to have one of these debuts that everyone remembered. And he did just that. He won the penalty, that burst of pace against Areola, tucked it away, posting in, lovely stuff. And then just on that turn, when De Bruyne's got the ball, he's running behind, he's rapid, he's unstoppable in that situation. And it's Henri-esque the finish, shifting his body weight over to side foot it with a stronger foot into the net. Lovely stuff, lovely finish, great composure. And that's why he is so good and he's so highly sought after. My question is, if you're a Kane owner watching Kane blank somehow against Southampton after they scored four, are you doing that instant switch to Haaland, who has Bournemouth next and is probably a very good shout, probably for a captaincy pick? That's my question to you. I think if I was in that situation, I'd definitely be looking at doing that. Who knows, right? Who knows? What else do I have to talk about? Manchester United assets I've got written down here, just as a side note. So anyone who thought that Manchester United were going to have an instant change of fortunes as Ten Hag's come in, think again, because you look at their transfer window and it's not impressive yet. He's clearly not got the players he wants in yet. He clearly wants De Jong. And the way he wants to play isn't going to just mould like that. I'll take Arsenal as an example. When Arteta first taken over, the way we were playing football was just pretty horrific, to be honest. And we didn't look like scoring. We looked like conceding all the time. And Man United looked a bit like that today to me. They had a few clear-cut chances. Rashford should have probably done better with a few chances. But I don't think Man United are going to be on top form in the early part of the season, if I'm honest. And if you've got Ronaldo, if you've got Bruno Fernandes, I'd probably think again. I'd probably look at making a few transfers if it was, in my opinion. Don't look great to me. And I'm quite happy about that because I don't like Man United much. But don't hate me for saying that, Man United fans. It's only a bit of banter. Next point of call, Kulusevski Hall. He's my one Tottenham player. And I ended up putting him in there because his value at 8 million seems very nice to me. Good opening fixture, nice fixtures generally, and we know he's a player. We know, looking at last year when he came in at Tottenham, he's going to get goals and assists. And at 8 million, I look at the options at 8 million. You've got the likes of Mason Mount, Phil Foden, even Diaz. I like having Robbo and Trent in there, so Diaz wasn't an option for me. I think he's one of the best 8 million options. And hey, goal, assist, 13 points, lovely stuff. Anyway, that covers my team. 25,000 in the world, roughly, 90 points. Great start. Now, I'm going to have a look at Adam's team here. And it's worth noting before I do look at Adam's team that we didn't discuss our teams going into the opening deadline. He's on holiday. We've not talked for a week properly about FPL at all. And we changed our teams independently of each other, didn't talk about it. And, well, let's go on to his team. And you might notice that his starting 11 is identical apart from Kane's for Haaland. Now, we couldn't quite believe it when the deadline passed and I looked at his team. It was an interesting reaction, let's say. And he is currently on 79 points and 309,000. I imagine he's probably going to switch Kane for Haaland. We might end up with the same team, which wasn't meant to happen. It's pretty boring, but I'm currently in the lead. It's crazy how this has happened, by the way. We generally haven't talked about it at all. He's had a decent game. 79 points is generally quite nice. It just doesn't look as good when you compare it to mine. Smug face. But yeah, that is the Game 1 review capped off. I'll switch back to just me for a second while I outro this. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. Tell your dog and your cat about it. Create them a YouTube account and subscribe. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. And I have been Football Fumble. And I'm out. Peace out, people.